I was given a room key, and it felt like something from a horror movie. It was huge and very old. The receptionist warned me, "Don't go past the second floor, it's off limits." When we arrived, the receptionist handed me this enormous key and said, "Here you go, Mr. Williams, room 312. Enjoy your stay." And just like that, I was handed the key to one of the scariest rooms in the hotel. You see, when my girlfriend made the reservation over the phone, she asked for a quiet room, preferably one without any noisy late-night guests. And then I saw it, a pair of muddy footprints in the middle of the floor. They were big, like the size of a man's shoes. But how could there be footprints in the middle of a dry storage room? I reached out my hand to knock, but before I could, the door swung open, and I stumbled inside. I found myself in what looked like an old storage room with dusty boxes and cobwebs in the corners. And that's when I saw them. 2 sets of footprints in the dirt floor, a small set and a large set. They were perfectly imprinted in the dirt, as if whoever had made them had just vanished into thin air. I looked around to make sure I was alone, but I couldn't see anyone. After all, it is just an old building with some creaky floorboards and drafty windows. Or maybe there really was something sinister lurking in the shadows of this historic hotel. I quickly left the room, hoping I hadn't disturbed whatever was hiding in the storage room. If you enjoyed the story, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe for more terrifying tales. "I'm pregnant," she told the receptionist, "and need a good night's sleep." I knew I shouldn't, but I had to see what was on the other side. I tried the doorknob and it was unlocked. I pushed the door open and started climbing the stairs. The receptionist had warned me not to go past the second floor, but I was curious and I wanted to see what was up there. I slowly walked down the dimly lit hallway until I reached the end where another door stood slightly ajar. I hesitated for a moment, but then I heard a voice that seemed to be calling my name. I couldn't make out the words, but it was definitely trying to get my attention. So the receptionist put us in one of the quietest rooms in the hotel, or so I thought. But there were so many creepy things happening in this hotel that I didn't listen. It all started when my girlfriend booked a weekend away at a historic hotel. As soon as I stepped into the room, I could tell it was going to be a long weekend. Cobwebs were everywhere, and there was a strange, musty smell in the air. We walked through the long, dark hallways with peeling wallpaper until we came across a sign that read, "Staff Only." Of course, I had to go see what was behind it. As I pushed open the door, I heard a loud bang and my name being called. I turned around, but there was no one there. I shrugged it off and walked down the hallway. Suddenly I heard a loud crash and then silence. I hesitated for a moment, but then curiosity got the better of me, and I opened the door at the end of the hall. Then I noticed that the walls had no paint and instead were covered in what looked like old blood stains. And the bathroom was straight out of a horror movie. There was a bathtub with claw feet and rusty pipes that looked like something from the Victorian era. And the shower head was a terrifying rusty metal cage. I mean, it looked like the kind of place where serial killers come to bathe after a hard day of work. But despite how creepy the room was, I was excited to start the weekend away. My girlfriend and I decided to explore the hotel. As I stepped inside, I realized it was an old storage room filled with dusty boxes and cobwebs. We continued our tour of the hotel and found a staircase that led to a locked door. As I approached the door, the voice grew louder and more insistent. I tried to shake off the creepy feeling that had been following me around the hotel. Maybe it was all in my head. Thank you for watching.